everybody! I'm here today with a simple driving lesson on yielding the right of way. In this video, I'll be going over the basics of yielding the right of way. Now, yielding is very important as a driver and as a pedestrian. And this video will be focused on drivers and how they can yield the right of way. Now, the right of way is essentially what makes sure that we all don't get into accidents with each other, right? Whether you're a driver or a pedestrian. So it's super duper important to understand the basics of the right of way and yielding the right of way. Now, before you understand how to yield the right of way, you have to understand who has the right of way in each scenario. And that's a whole different video, and I've actually done other videos on that subject. So be sure to search who has the right of way or how to tell who has the right of way at a stop sign or in various situations, and you're probably going to see a familiar face and hear a familiar voice explaining it to you. But this is about what to do when you don't have the right of way, when you have to yield the right of way. So I'm going to explain it, then I'm going to demonstrate it. Let's get into it. The first step is determine if you have the right of way, or if not, you have to yield. So if you have the right of way, then you can try to take that right of way. Doesn't mean that someone's not just going to come and hit you, right? But if you have the right of way, you can sort of enforce that a little bit. You can start to proceed with your right of way. You still have to make sure that it's safe to proceed, because just because you're right doesn't mean that you're not going to get into an accident, right? You can have the right of way and you can proceed and someone can hit you, and it might not be your fault, but you're still going to get into an accident. So determine if you have the right of way. If you do, start to proceed. If not, you want to yield. And that's where this video comes in. I'm going to show you and tell you how to yield, okay? If you have the right of way, then proceed, with caution, right? But if not, then you got to yield and then listen to me at this point, okay? Very simple. So here's how you yield the right of way. You want to slow down. Okay, you might have to come to a stop depending on the situation, or you might just have to slow down. Okay, and then you want to make eye contact with the person that actually has the right of way, with the person that you're yielding to. Okay, so if a pedestrian is crossing and I'm slowing down, I want to make eye contact with them so that they know that I noticed them. They know that I'm stopping. I cannot tell you the number of times, because I'm a driver and I'm a pedestrian. I drive, I cycle around my neighborhood, and I also walk tons of places by myself with my wife and my kids and so forth. So I play all those roles. And as a pedestrian, sometimes people yield to me, but they don't even look at me. And I'm like, okay, are you going to come and run me over or not? I can't tell. You're slowing down, but you're not looking at me. I don't know if you're going to come and just boom, run me over. So make eye contact. That allows the pedestrian or the person that you're yielding to, even if it's another driver, to know that you're giving them the right of way, that you're yielding to them, okay? And then you gotta wait for them to be completely clear. That means if a pedestrian's crossing, don't start driving when they just barely make it past your laneway. Wait for them to completely clear your driving area and any driving area that you might encroach upon, and then you can proceed when it's safe to do so. So let's go ahead. I'm gonna give you some examples. I'm actually on a street that is a court. So it just has it's a street that just has a circle in it. So there's lots of space for me to demonstrate here. And this is a real scenario because in a parking lot, oh, look at this, there's a guy doing donuts. Hey, nice donuts, bro, but easy. Make sure you don't hit my car, okay? This guy over here just went and ripped a donut over there. Oh, nice. You live right there. Okay, cool. Sounds good to me. He's just pulling into his driveway. All right, anyways, let's go and demonstrate. Bro, you think you could do donuts? Wait till the donut man comes to town right over here. No, I'm not going to be doing donuts. Don't worry. If I was, though, he would be impressed. Mark my words. Okay? So, let's continue. We're driving now. Okay? So, let's say I'm driving, and I'm going to make a left turn over here. Okay? So, I put my signal on. Oh, there's a pedestrian crossing, an imaginary pedestrian. I slow down, come to a stop. I give them a nod. I look at them, let them cross. Once they are completely clear, at that point, I check my mirrors, I check my blind spot, and I make that turn. Very simple, okay? That's it, and I'm good to go. I've let them cross. They had the right of way. Now, let's say I'm going to make another turn. So I'm driving, and I see a pedestrian crossing. Okay, I make eye contact with them. I slow down. They've now cleared, and I proceed. So, essentially, you don't have to stop if you don't need to. At that point, they were almost cleared. I let them cross as I slowed down, and then they had cleared, so I proceeded to make the turn. Now, this is all imaginary, mind you, but you most likely are going to have to stop. So I'm going to come to a stop sign. Oh, look, there's a pedestrian right there. I'm pretending, right? They're walking. I let them go, make eye contact with them. They have now cleared my driving area, but they're not on the sidewalk yet. So I wait. Now they're on the sidewalk. I check my mirrors, check my blind spot, check the intersection again, and I proceed. Now I will say this, okay? Those are just hypothetical examples. In almost every single situation imaginable, everywhere that I can imagine driving, the pedestrian is going to have the right of way. I can't speak for everywhere around the world and every situation, but I will tell you, probably 99.9999999% of the time, the pedestrian will have the right of way. So always be prepared to yield to the pedestrian. Now I'm going to imagine that there's a car. So I'm approaching an intersection without a stop sign on my direction or the other direction. I'm slowing down, I'm making a left. That car is coming and they're gonna make a right. So they have the right of way. So I'm waiting for them to make the right. I've made eye contact with them. After they've made their turn and I've yielded, now I check my mirrors and I check my blind spot and I turn. Just like that. So once again, you're not only yielding to pedestrians, you are also yielding to other vehicles. And you have to determine who has the right of way. If they have the right of way, then you are yielding. Now, if you have the right of way, so now I'm gonna make a right-hand turn over here, right? So I'm making a right-hand turn. Now I have the right of way, I'm gonna imagine. There's a person, right, and they don't have the right of way. So I'm making eye contact with them, I'm taking the right of way, and they're waiting for me. But if I saw that they were starting to turn where I was gonna drive, like if they basically took the right of way when it wasn't theirs to take, then I'm gonna wait. Because I might give them a honk, like, or something, like not an angry honk, but just say, listen, like, learn the rules, you know? Let them know that they're in the wrong. But it's like, just because I'm in the right, if I were to make that turn and get hit, I still get into an accident. It doesn't matter that I'm right. I don't want to get into an accident, even if I'm right. Okay? So when you're yielding the right of way, it applies to both pedestrians and to other vehicles. I've told you what to do when you have to yield the right of way, and even when you don't have to yield the right of way, to make sure that you proceed with caution, please, please, please. And that's basically it. I really hope you've enjoyed this driving lesson on yielding the right of way while driving. If you like this video, please be sure to give it a thumbs up. Let me know what you think down below as a comment. And of course, be sure to subscribe for more great car and driving videos just like this one. And that's all I have for you today. Thanks for watching.